Sports Bash on a Thursday. Pete Thompson, Josh Henning, Nick Costco filling in for Mike Hill as we roll along here on a Thursday afternoon. You've heard our stories from three from the guys. A very worthy adversary I have in Nick Costco today.
Kind words, PT. Kind
Will
words.
the Nick and Deshaun group go 2-0? Deshaun won the other day. That angered me a little. We'll see what the judge has to say about the stories today as we welcome in Damian Musiani. Good afternoon, Judge.
Happy full squad training camp.
Very exciting, isn't it? Jordan Matthews out there running around. Whee!
Fielding punts. Somebody tells me you're not being realistic there, PT, but
What gave
it is a great day. Training camp is a wonderful time of year. Let's get right to it. Hey, speaking of football, PT, Julio Jones, I guess he went out jet skiing on a wave runner and he followed the directive in the Marine Safety Handbook, which suggests that you put on as much expensive jewelry as possible for taking a watercraft out on the open sea. And sure enough, he lost a $100,000 solitaire diamond earring. Now expert divers in Lake Lanier, Georgia, which, by the way, I'm sure has top diving experts there in the Peach State. That's where you're going to find the best deep-sea divers, I think. They just couldn't find his earring, or they said they couldn't find it, wink, wink. But they did locate an Atlanta Falcons playbook on the lake bed bottom. Experts say it was discarded by carbon dating around the beginning of the second half of Super Bowl 51. Apparently the Falcons didn't need it after that point anyway. Nick, I can't believe ESPN is airing competitive cornhole. And for those who don't know this is not a Vivid Entertainment cable channel. It's an actual beanbag tailgate game, which I never really got into. It reminds me of those local carnivals that come to town, and they got those lame games of skill. You pay $2 and you win a plastic whistle if you throw all the beanbags in the holes. But I guess the joke's on me because millennials all over are watching this show. I mean, I think they're onto something here. Finally, they're onto something at ESPN. What's next? The World Series of Beer Pong? Maybe Wednesday night fights at the Philadelphia Center City Sips event. Last night was fun.
Yeah, very good, very
good.
Or
maybe the senior pro shuffleboard tour, or maybe not that last one. But they're definitely onto something, and I think it's great.
The beer pong, yes.
Adrian Beltre got tossed out of a game.
Correct. For
physically moving the batting circle disc closer to him after being warned to return there by umpire Jerry Davis. He did get a warning, right?
I think he got the warning to move into the circle, and then when Jerry Davis saw that he was physically moving it, that was it. You're out.
Right. Yeah, I know there's no harm involved here. The circle only moved a few feet. But, I mean, when you have baseball players like Tim Tebow who genuinely can't find the on-deck circle to warm up in, you just can't take that chance anymore. We're living in a new baseball age, PT. Now, I know Beltre hasn't stolen more than one base in a season since 2011, so maybe it's just easier for him to steal circles now. Nick, I guess a producer for the Mike and Mike show on our mothership sent a fake message to Adam Schefter on the air, and then he bolted from the live set to address it. I didn't notice because everyone has been running from that sinking ship for 6 months already, so Schefter just blended in. Besides, I mean, so many ESPN employees have gotten canned in the last 3 months in different ways, by phone, by text, by emoji. I just figured Schefter was the latest to get dumped. I worked on the Mike and Mike set when they were in Philly for the draft. It was a great experience. I got to hang out with those guys, met all the fans. You know, I'd rather they just switch it up now. I mean, we're just going to be watching a lame duck show for most of football season. That new show, I know that you got to hang out with Greeny, right? Or who were you up there with?
I was up there with Golick and Wingo. Greeny was nowhere to be found.
They're not starting till December, right?
Late fall, yes.
Yeah,
November.
End of November, yes.
Yeah, so we got to watch these two guys who deep down really don't care for each other. I don't think it's a secret. And they have to sit there and sum up all the weekend football games for 3 months. I'm really not looking forward to that.
Seems like Adam Schefter.
God bless Gary Player. He's 81 and a golf icon. And I'm certainly no ageist, but there is clip after clip out there of Gary Player harassing people about what they're eating and drinking at the British Open. Nobody wants to hear that, especially because they just bought it. You just spent $12 for a delicious greasy cheeseburger, and then right before you bite into it, here comes old Gary Player telling you that if you eat it, you're going to die on the way home. Who needs that?
I love it.
You couldn't tell me before, when I was waiting in line, before I paid $12, Gary, you have to stand by the condiments and attack anybody who just wants to put ketchup on their fries? Fellas, there is a reason that we all loved Arnold Palmer so much, and it's because when he got old, he just did commercials for Zarelko that they aired late at night. He wasn't trying to hurt nobody. Nick, we've had no shortage of multimedia numbskulls who work for pro teams. The Twitter runner for the Jacksonville Jaguars asked for fans to GIF their feelings about Jags camp, and the responses were totally expected, and I love them. Like there were people ripping to them left and right. I can't speak to the intelligence of Jaguar fans overall, and maybe some of the images of people drinking bleach, crying children, Tickle Me Elmo committed suicide. These all might be from your garden variety trolls, but this is the squad that offered to not only play in London every year, but play every home game in London. They wanted to play every home game in London this year. That's where you have a bigger fan base in a country whose 4 for 4 is cricket, soccer, rugby, and polo. I mean, maybe it's time to just sell the team. I don't know. Fellas, we are at the end of 3 from the Guys. Excellent stories all around. And because in honor of training camp, I'm definitely going to go with the football stories today. You each submitted one. I got to say, you drop $100,000 into a lake, I got to give it to Julio Jones. PT, you've won 3 from the Guys.
There you go, PT.
Yes, I have. Sorry, Josh just said,
no team.
There we go. Way to go, PT.
A winner. Congratulations. You are one of life's winners. We'll be right back.
Is Jerry Davis also running the sound effects?
Yes, he is. The no fun sound effect department over there. No, Josh is doing fine. Look, I can't
He's
pick
got
on
1,000
Josh.
things to do over there.
Look, man,
Got 1,000
I have
things going
witnesses.
on.
I pressed the button and nothing happened.